Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back to Pacific Paradise, and welcome back to this island we are creating. We are once again on the PC version of the game, Steam version of the game, and we are in the map editor or cartographer. And for anyone who's new here, I'm just going to run through the controls real quick, because we are using W to go forward, S to go back, A goes left, D goes right, Q goes down, E goes up. You push and hold the right mouse button and that pans everything around. But wait! There's more! There's always more as we drag the little yellow life raft out of the toolbox. If we press R, that rotates, T transforms, C copies or clones, delete deletes, and if you have something selected and press F, that focuses. As we delete that and go up a little bit, we are going to just take a look at the three brushes. The three brushes are raise and lower height, set height, and smooth height, and as a caveat, they use the same sliders. So if you're going around the outside of your island with the amount slider cranked all the way up, smoothing the sand, as I imagine you would do as you're building an island, and then you think, oh, I just want to raise a little bit of sand, a little bit of island here, and you left click now, that amount slider cranked all the way up will put a spike all the way into space, all the way up to the Battlestar Galactica. And I should imagine you'd be very upset because there is no undo in the game. What you need to make sure you do is have the amount slider cranked all the way down. And if you do make a mistake, the easiest thing to do is save often and just escape to the main menu and come back in again, because that will reset the mistake. Right, good, that's that covered. And I was looking at the island last time we were working on this. We put a sea fort in. This sea fort's been here for a while, but it is now open and we can go inside it. It is buried in the island itself, and the entrance to the bottom of the seaport is, well, filled with dirt, so people aren't going to fall out of the world. We put some steps in the top, so we've got some steps left, steps right, we've added a load of bushes, a load of trees, a load of shrubbery. It looks pretty good, and it blends in well with all the other things that we've added. The radar station, the other fort, which is partially buried, so you can still go into part of it, but not the whole thing. And this is all embedded in the wall of the volcano, the Caldera. And as we come back a little bit more and just have a view from the side, we go to terrain, hit the cog and display ocean, we'll see that this island is absolutely massive. It is about as big as you can get. No, seriously, it's about as big as you can get. There's almost not enough room to put beaches around the outside. The shipwrecks that we do have are kind of hanging off the edge for dear life. But wait, there's more. Yes, there is something that some of you may have noticed, or some of you may have not noticed. Let me turn the ocean back on again and see if you can pick it up now. Do you see it? There's more beach on the bottom left hand and lower central side of the island than there is on the top of the island. In fact, the beaches on the top of the island are fairly narrow and they kind of peek out over the abyss. But wait, there's more? Yep. Top right, that's where all of the waves are coming from. So the waves themselves travel consistently from one side of the world map to the other. So the waves are coming in top right, and they are leaving bottom left. So all of our big beaches are in fact bottom left of the island. Wait, what? Yeah. Yep, they follow exactly what the waves are doing. So if we come down and look at the waves, here's one, just traveling slowly to the left-hand side of the screen. Neat, huh? I bet you didn't notice it. I bet you didn't. Anyway, we have a lot of the outer caldera covered. So we have our World War II structures on the bottom of the caldera. We have our lava flow on the right-hand side. Right-hand side of the caldera. We have our forest to the top, and to the left, we've got a bunch of rock spires and some bridges, and we have an aeroplane that's been crashed. But wait, we have this bit here. We haven't done anything with it. We're going to need to dress this, and then we're just going to need to fill in the gaps. Well, you see there are gaps where we've been making little vignettes. We've got a gap here and we got a gap here, so we need to go and do something with that. But unfortunately we have to deal with this right now. So this is the end of the forest, and we put the forest on the beach to give it some depth. So if you are up here at the research station and you're standing here, you can see tree in the background, even though these things are just growing out of the sand essentially. Well, that's the other problem. The other problem is that once you have put enough items in the world, the camera is going to judder and jerk around. Sometimes it just flies off in a random direction. Because the last caveat is there's no constant velocity for the camera. It slows down when it gets close to an object, and then it speeds up at random, so it looks like you're having frame rate issues in the map editor. You don't. It's just the game being a little bit weird, but we have this, I have this area here. I don't want to throw any more structures in. I don't think we need to. We do have some bridges and various bits and pieces. That's kind of cool. We could probably do something here with some rocks. We could probably dig this out here and maybe put a bridge in. That might be a nice idea. So if we go to terrain, go to raise and lower, make sure the mount slider is all the way to the left, and then just pull it off the stop. Change the size of the brush down because that is enormous. And then maybe just push, I want lower. Push this down and just push a little hole in here. Now we've got the same thing on the other side of the island. So it's good to, have like repeats of patterns every now and again. So the player goes, I've seen this. I know what to do with it. Yes, you do. We all do. We all float down here. Right. So we'll just put this in. We can assume the researchers have had some hand in doing this. Good. Good. I want it to be not uncomfortably close to the rock. That's what I don't want it to be. So I need it to be sort of buried in dirt one side. So yeah, we'll probably just give it a little rotate. That's fine. Good. Terrain again, and then we got lower, so we push a little. Because everyone likes to be walking across a bridge. It's one of those things. Nobody wants to be on the bottom bed in a bunk bed. If it's you and your siblings, or you're on like a school holiday or something, nobody wants to be on the bottom bunk. Everyone wants to be on the top bunk with a view. Everyone wants to cross a bridge. Why would you take the low road when you can just walk across the top of a bridge? People like these things, so that's what we're doing. We're just throwing a bridge in here. So we'll just bring the dirt out so it's not too unbelievably steep. There we go. It allows people to jump up on the rock if they want to. We'll smooth that by cranking this up and then just smooth off the rough edges. And we're going to have to bring this up again, so mount slider down and then just make sure this is in fact in dirt. Same thing here. There we go. There we go. And smooth that off. Oh. Now we can just eyeball it. I probably will give it a little move. So press T, slide it sideways. That's better. That's better. And it obviously jumped onto something, this rock, so the toggles are not reliable. I just want to make sure that the player has enough headroom to get through. They do. They have max headroom, which is good. And we've got this basin and bowl here. So what I think we'll do is we'll carry on lowering this. Eyeball the amount slider. Eyeball the lower slider. And then just hold left click and just push this in. So I just want this to fall away. Now normally we just smooth this down, but there's not really any point, especially since 1.0. The terrain is fairly polygonal after 1.0. Why? I don't know. It just is. But wait, there's more. Yes, we have those lovely trees and things. I think we should do the same thing here. So we'll go to objects. Go grab some rocks. I want a big rock. I want a big rock. You are a big chunky rock. Yep, change the camera direction so we can actually see which one is the XYZ coordinate. Did you mean XYZ? No, it's Dragon Ball Z. Of course it is. We're all English here. What? Oh, I'm not. I'm afraid you are now. We've adopted you. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll throw in some more rocks. Shoreline rocks are kind of cool and useful. There we go. Nice shoreline rock. As if something's fallen down. And that out to the beach a little bit. Good. Good. I think we need a small rock up here as well. So it looks like things have fallen away. Something's happened. There's been a landslip. Where things like the old The old soil has become hydrated, overly hydrated, and turned into a bit of a liquid rather than a solid. Right, good, yeah, that's pretty decent. Let's close this up, hit some trees. Oh, we didn't close it up or whatever. Terrain objects, we've got nothing selected. There's always a chance that whatever we do, sometimes if you have something selected, it might start spinning or sliding. So you don't want that. But yes, into terrain, rotate, rotate. Neat. And then it's very flat on one side, these big old trees. You never noticed that before. You do now. So I want this bridge to be here, but what I want is something to be between you and the beach. So you can still see the beach. You can still see everything. But as you're walking along here, I just want something to be here. Because if there's nothing here, it just looks a bit open and a little bit. So if we put something in as you're walking along, you've got this moving in the foreground and then the beach in the background. So there's a bit of parallax again, just to give you a little bit of interest as you're moving around, as people tend to do. Good. And then what we can do is, what we'll actually do is put some ceremony things down here as well. So I want a view from the bridge. Cool. And then we'll just leave a little open path, a little invitation for people to walk around down there. Because why not? So just rotating it so the leaves are largely out of the terrain. I don't think it matters too much. It doesn't matter too much. Should we put something down here for the players to interact with? I think so. I think we should. Potato, peepee, pine saplings, palm saplings, yucca. Oh, yucca will be interesting. I don't know how many yucca we've actually put down, so let's do this. Just moving the camera around the terrain. There you go. Just gonna have a little look, make sure you are in fact in the dirt. You are not. Oh, all right. There you go. There you go. I sparingly use the shift button in order to move a little bit. I don't think the player can get through there. So if we rotate that and then scoots this way, double check. Nope, still not. Okay, this is going to be a bit of a problem. I want it to be open enough for a player to get through, so physically walk through here, but I don't want this to be floating. I don't think it is now. Good. We look at it from the other direction, we see, yeah, same thing. So that bridge is kind of masked off just by the top of the tree. And importantly, the top of the tree is not over the top of the caldera. So we can see treetops. Nothing's like hugely poking out. We're not just jamming, let's see. Yeah, we're just not jamming trees right on the top of this thing. We could absolutely do that. We could just put a forest right to the left and then just have a big nothing, but I want the impression this is so tall that trees just don't grow up here because they're afraid of heights. Really? Is that what you're thinking? I mean, if you were a tree, would you want to grow up there? I think it's less afraid of heights and more that the wind becomes a problem to the plants. So I imagine it gets quite windy in the Pacific. I haven't been there myself, but I imagine that's the case. So yeah, more plants just to break up the brown and the rocks. Good, excellent, lovely, beautiful. Another ceremony down here. Cool, just T, push it into the dirt. Cool, done. Don't even need to think about it. Don't even need to think about it. Terrain objects, nothing selected. Let's grab ourselves a cocoa bush. And I think let's just do a little rotate it down. Yeah, that's pretty good. Got some greenery there. We want a nana. I want a nana. Nana plant. You can go there. Good. Excellent. That's pretty good. Objects. All right. So this went from being quite barren and grey to having a little walkway, some trees, some plants, a little bit of yucca if you're you're up for it. And then, yeah, it's a big open beach. You can do stuff here if you want, but farms and things, I guess. I should imagine what most people will do is come to the island, rip out all the treasure, chop down the trees, and then go back to their home island. I think that's what people tend to do. You can never tell. You can never tell. So terrain objects, so we got nothing selected. We do want some other trees. Palm trees would be quite nice on the inside of the beach. I think something needs to be here. Let's see. Let us see. Ficus tree. So ficus tree 1 and 2 we know can't be chopped down. Ficus tree 1's pretty good. Let's give you a reason to be here. Just to break up again. Just cover that grey a little bit. Nice. Saruman? I just want something. Do we just put it around the bottom? I guess so. Okay, let's get rid of that Saruman. Delete you. Scroll up. We are going to go to rocks, and we are going to find Shoreline Rock. Shoreline Rock 2, not Shoreline Rock 1, because we know from experience Shoreline Rock 1 is something of a nightmare. Going to rotate you around until I think we end up with something that we think works. There we go. I think that works. Terrain objects, nothing selected. I think we could probably throw in, yeah, I think a palm tree here would be quite nice. So let's do that. Palm tree. So palm tree 1, I guess. Down. Give it a little rotate. Spin that. Palm tree 2 in T down. Give it a little rotate. Now the trouble is there's 2 palm trees next to each other. So if we add a third palm tree here. Transform it down, hit it rotate, just to make sure the tops are all in different angles. Let's give that a look there. Let's move you out on the wall a little bit, because you're probably going to have coconuts on you. Right, yep, that feels a little nicer. It feels a little bit more je ne sais pas. Throw some plants down here as well. Yeah, let's do that. Into the ground. Cool. And then we'll grab ourselves some saplings, palm saplings specifically, and just put them in, give them a rotate. Because these are the renewable resources, so we should have some on the island. There you go. And that's a neat little thing that's broken everything up. Cool. But we don't have anything up here. Up here is the problem. I know. Oh, do I know? Alright. So, let's see what we got going on here. Kura, ficus trees. Well, I think a ficus tree 1's fine. Ficus tree 2 might be too big for up here. No. That's actually not too bad. I think we can get away with throwing ficus tree 2 up. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. So drop that down, pop that in. Just make sure the branches are not too clipped through. Here we got the invisible branch, the one that was never rendered, even though the leaves are here. And why? I don't know. I don't know why they chose to do that. There are many things that I have no idea why they exist. So, yeah, there was a time when ficus tree 1 and 2 were flipped over in their IDs. Why? Again? No, I don't know why they chose to do that. Maybe it was just a rationalization of the objects in the toolbox. So I'll give that a little spin. Yeah, just pull the branches out of the ground. Put that over. Again, make sure you can still get through there. You can. That rock is still in existence, but now it's a little bit broken up. We are going to need something here. So, Saruman, maybe. Just we'll give it a little rotate. T to transform. Drop it to the ground a little bit. Make sure the stalk is not floating. It is not. Rotate a bit more. Cool. I think some Renown or something up here. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be nice. Kind of looking at places for it to go. Just kind of, if you left click and hold, you can slide it around. Yeah. A structural nana plant. Cool. Well, that I guess lives there now, since I can't click on it. Parent objects, nothing selected. We can go over here. I think I really want a cocoa bush. Ready? Yeah. Yeah. Really? Yes. Because this is going to add some greenery to an otherwise grey space. Grey and brown space. So what we'll do is bring this up. Just rotate it and just kind of just move it to fit. Move it to fit. Now that the camera is going to have a hard time existing. Because we've got so many objects in the same space. So yeah, let's bring that up a little bit. So we don't need, I mean, we have a bunch of trees. It does sort of naturalize everything, which is kind of neat. I might have some rocks or something here with just some plants rather than another set of trees. That might be quite nice. So what we'll do is we'll come down, find the shoreline rock, because that's, again, something quite nice. And look, there's our path. It's forming a path. Wait, was that the plan? Oh, it always was. But yeah, shoreline rocks, a nice big chunky object, a single object. What we'll do is we'll grab some trees and just slap some light allocation and stuff in there. So into the rocks, rotate slightly so it's kind of pointing uphill, pointing towards the light, raise the sun. Nana plant, could do that. Yeah. Am I going to be able to select you again? Yeah. I'll rotate. Good. Excellent. Anything else? Well, we haven't put much of the nutritional plants down. We put a few yuccas down. We haven't put any fruiting plants. We put a kura. Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Big old tree, but it's a big old hillside then. So we'll do that. Good. And they don't regrow fruit, so the player will get one fruit from the plant. And then they'll have to do with it what they will. Put it in their face, or maybe plant it. I mean, it's as simple as that. Right, so this area is looking a bit less grey and barren and a little bit more friendly, a little bit more usable. We don't have to completely fill this space. There will be sprites, grass sprites, for anyone who has grass sprites turned on. For anyone who doesn't, then, well, this is what it's going to look like. But again, slightly different, because once you're in the game, yeah, things are going to be rendering slightly differently. So I'm going to keep that in mind. We could do something here, I guess. What have we done over here? Just lots of hillside. We've got big bare areas here, yeah. We haven't put a lot of palm trees in, so we'll probably have to do a pass with palm trees at some point, which is something that we tend to do. Come to me. Come, my lady. Come, my lady. If we use the regular ficus trees, they can be chopped down. That is a problem. So we can put you here. I like putting the stuff that can't be chopped down in, because that means that once we got a nice look to the island, you put all the stuff that can be chopped down in, and that means that if a player does come along and chop down everything, it still looks pretty good afterwards. So, acacia. Actually, no, cocoa bush. Ready? Yeah, why not? Why not? T, just drag it into the terrain a little bit more. There you go. There you go. And then about a ceremony or something up here. Just move the camera so we know which toggle to grab. Ah, good. We could probably do the same thing up here, in fact. So, cocoa bush. Grab you. Rotate you. Oh. Yep. So we've got to kind of speed it up a little bit. I think that's the wrong orientation. Or is it the right orientation? Let's see. Spin it around. T to transform. Blue, red, green. R to rotate. T to transform. Green. There you go. Oh, then accidentally pressed F to focus. I mean, it works. The button works. Aloe vera? Why not? Why not? Got Saruman over here as well. No. No. What a nana plant. Nana plant. There we go. I do like this big structural thing. It's a big positive plant. There you go. Done. Done. And we're just keeping this upper pathway open. How do you get to it? I mean, how do you get to anything? Just walk up from the beach, really. The player can walk up a ridiculously steep hillside. I wouldn't worry about anything like that. I would not worry about them doing stuff like that. So suddenly everything's looking a bit more enticing, a bit more interesting. Cool. This is area here, which we should probably do something with, but we can do the same thing again. Really? Yeah, check it out. So if we go terrain objects and we go to the cocoa bush, grab this. And this is actually something you can walk on. It's something you can just stand on, which is not unique, but it's kind of cool. And it breaks everything up as well. So we slide this up a little bit, give it a little bit of a rotate. And I'm just looking to see if we can carry on this path along here. Oh no, we've got all this here. What are we going to do? Do we carve into the hillside? I think we could carve into the hillside, or we could not. Rocks. Rocky rocks. That would be kind of neat, wouldn't it? It would. So if we T to transform, R to rotate, and then yeah, just do this because we've used rocks over here to allow the player to walk around an area that would otherwise be inaccessible. So what we can do is just pop that in, and then maybe terrain objects. I don't want anything selected. Big rock, and we can just do this. So we could just rotate you, find a flat-ish surface, which is there. T to transform, and then drag you in. Oh, I mean, trust me, the player will absolutely 100% find this and go, yeah, I'm walking along here, mate. Do they do that often? Yeah. Yeah, they do. Well, gremlins are players. I'm going to copy that, move that over, give it a little rotate. So point it down, T to transform, R to rotate, T to transform, R to rotate, T to transform. Well, there you go. And there's a little pathway, a little invitation to go up to the upper area. Cool, huh? Excellent little bridge. Nice. Beautiful. I just want to throw a rock or something down here next to the tree. So we'll just grab small rock 3 and just grab you and just pop you here. And there you go. So again, it just kind of looks like things have fallen slightly. Nice. Nice. Good. Good. Yeah, we can throw another tree in there as well. So what we'll do is I keep clicking too fast. You see, it's too fast. So what we'll do is grab another ficus. So yeah, but at some point we're going to go around. Got to go around the island, adding all the trees that can, all the resources. So all the physics items, all the resources, all the animals. There'll be another pass. Usually a lot quicker. And once we've assembled the island, all we need to do is just add things in afterwards. So that's kind of neat. I want that to be a little bit more vertical because trees tend to be vertical. Can we select the right thing? Yeah. It's poking it into the rocks in a believable way. Good. So as you're walking along the top, there's a tree there, and you're walking along past the tree here. Yeah, okay, cool. That's nice. And that invites you down to here. Good. Excellent. I mean, players absolutely want to jump on that. So they can stand up here and just look down the beach. Oh, look at that. That's great. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Suddenly, there's a hillside with stuff to do on it. It's got walkways, it's got paths, it's got rocks. Everything's just tying it together. Ah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What about over here? Oh, yeah. Well, this is a natural way up, I guess. And this is up to there. We do have to keep an eye on this area because there could be a bit of a ship's bow poking through. Do we want to cut into terrain here, or do we want to try and do the same thing as we've done up ahead? Do we want to try and educate or teach the players that they can actually just walk on rocks? Well, we can try it if we've got the space. So what we can do is just pop in something along here. Okay, using Big Rock 1 and Big Rock 2 because they got big flat surfaces, which is quite neat to build with. So what I need to do is just rotate this in such a way that we get a big... that's probably better. So T to transform, R to rotate, T and R. So yeah, just slide this in and pan the camera around. Panning the camera around actually helps a lot with orientating these toggles, because otherwise what you can end up is in a situation where the toggles themselves, you can't quite see which direction they're pointing in until you've moved in a 3D space. So what I'm going to do is hit up terrain, no, objects I think, and then I'm just going to grab a cliff section. Just a small cliff section. Are you small? Not really. Of 3, are you small? You are smaller. Yeah, I do need a cliff section, so we've got 1 which is way too big. I think 3 is probably the smallest that we can get away with. Alright. Let's rotate that around. This will pop in and pop out depending on how close you are to it. So let's just pop this in and see if we can have this down enough so it's not peeking out over the top of the Caldera, but close enough here so it looks like a path. Good, excellent. I want terrain, I want lower, I want the amount slider down. In fact, I don't want lower, do I? Nope, set height, read terrain paint height from here. So left click on the path itself and then just push this dirt back a little bit. As we push it back, it doesn't completely disappear because the rock is there. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So go back to objects and gives us a little bit more space to do this. And the player can obviously walk on the dirt anyway, so it's kind of cool. Terrain objects, we've got nothing selected. Go back to the trees. I want something just to snuggle in there. Just a little bit. Sermonty? Yeah, maybe. So just a little plant, something here. Yeah, alright, that'll do. Rotate. Because I just want, as you're looking at it, I want a little bit of greenery here and here. Alocasia, maybe? Big alocasia? Big alocasia. Yeah, alright, that'll do. It's just to say, as you're walking along here, now you can see green, and it's grey, which is like, oh, there's a path. Oh, yeah, it's just they're just little things, You're just pointing people in the right direction. You're not telling them that's where to go, but you're just like, yeah, maybe if you want to do a little explore, that's a way to go. And this way, slightly different. You've got the path just like there. Neat. And again, people might not take that. People might not take it as an invite. It does kind of end though. So I think what we need to do is just make this a little bit more. Turn objects. Close that up. Rocks. Yeah, let's see if we can make this a bit more inviting. Let's see. Then we'll just rotate this a little bit. Transform it a little bit. A bit more inviting, you say? Well, the toggle's gone a bit weird. It's gone a little bit strange, you see. A little bit strange. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, but it's still awkward. It still feels a little bit wrong. I think what we've done in other places is to add some steps, and I think we can just do that here. I don't see a problem with that. Let's rotate this around till we've got some nice step-looking rocks. So maybe whoever was here decided, yeah, this is a good way up. We'll put that in the dirt. Cool. And then we'll copy. Use the blue toggle. Copy. Blue toggle. Green toggle. Okay, so we're probably going to want to rotate these. Nope. Let's delete that by pressing the delete key. Yeah, R to rotate. There we go. I think. But. It's just looking to. Seriously, sometimes the point of rotation just gets a little bit snagged. It's very strange, but you know, it's something we have to deal with. Okay, so let's see. We're looking at the shadows. We're light and shadows. Light and shadows. Clair obscura. Is that what that means? Yeah, it's a painting style of light and shadows. Clair being light. And I'll give you 3 guesses what obscura means. Okay. So a little pathway here. Does that look wrong? That doesn't look good, does it? It's fine, but it's not great. So I think we can just get rid of that. We tried it, it doesn't work. Is that okay? Yeah, of course it's okay. We tried it and it doesn't work. I think what we could probably do then is something else, something different, something beautiful. Let's go back to structures. Let's go to Seaport Bridge broken. There you go. And let's hit R to rotate. I'm keen to use the broken ones first because we know there's a limit to these. It's T. Transform. And then R to rotate. Oh. 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 Sir. Move the camera so it's point. Oh, really? I just want the bridge. Give. Every time I let go of the bridge. Every time I let go of the bridge. So I'm moving the camera position around so it's less likely to do this. Less likely to do this. Okay. I'm just going to rotate that upwards slightly. And then outwards. Oh my gosh, really? Really? Is this what we're doing today? There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. And we will, in fact, dig that out. So we are going to make the amount slide down. We've got lower selected. Let's go with a smaller brush. And just paint this out a little bit under here, just to make it a little bit more even. And there you go. So it's smooth on the way up. In fact, we'll probably raise that up a little bit around here, knowing that there's probably going to be stuff poking through. There you go. There you go. Good. Good, 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 good. Good. In which case, what we could probably do is with objects, go back to rocks, grab another big rock, and just kind of like... Are we gonna solve the problem? Yeah, probably. Probably. Because it just looks like it ends, and I don't like that. Let's put this in here. No, no, other toggle. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. And then we'll do what we've done before, is throw some trees and things in. So let's do that. Let's see. Actually, what does cocoa bush look like just jammed in up here? Wrong. It looks wrong. It looks very wrong. Rotate that around a little bit. Need to transform. Push that in. This just fills that gap in the terrain a little bit better. Yeah, so it doesn't stop you going up there, and don't stop you going that way, but that gives you a little invite to go that way. Good, that looks a little bit more interesting. It does, it does. Rocks, alright. So, I want something along here. We could probably use that small rock one now. Yep, let's rotate it. Transform it. And have it just touching the metalwork. Well, I'm glad it's just touching the metalwork. Good. Good. So we've put a little walkway up. That's perfect, it's fine. Probably a bit slippery in the rain, but I mean, we don't need to worry about health and safety on this island. We've got a pathway now that goes across the top, which is now connected to the forest, which is good. Nice continuous pathway, an upper level, a terrace, if you will. We've got some trees, we've got some bushes, we've got a bunch of stuff, and it's a little bit more interesting than it was at the beginning of the episode. Good, well, excellent. It looks far more natural, I guess, which is, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you come along and you add a bunch of trees and you're just like, cool, this just looks like a hillside. Well, congratulations. You've done a good job, because that's what it should look like. But I'm going to leave it there for the time being. But if you like this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell. And I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.